everybody, it's Karen from Waterfall Acrylics. Welcome to my Fluid Art channel here in Studio 205. I'm all giddy and happy to be back, pretty much full time. Got the boot off my ankle, back in business, and have been painting off camera just to shake off the cobwebs and practice a couple things. And before we get started, I want to show you a close-up of that painting right there because we're going to try for a similar outcome tonight, and I want to show you what we're going to do. So let me flip around. All right, this is a little tester painting. I really like it. I did it off camera. There's only 3 or 4 colors, and what I was going for is having the cells kind of be the star of the show rather than the lacing. I really like this painting. I wish I had a little more negative space. But what I'm going to do tonight is try another painting and use titanium white as a color and put it directly under my CA so that I get these rings of white around the blue, and that way everywhere, and then my gold CA instead of the white. Hopefully this one has like a little too much like thick rings. I'm going to hopefully make that a little softer. I want the cells to be the star of the show instead of the lacing. So that's what we're going to do tonight, and maybe get a little more negative space. We'll see what happens. Yeah, let me get you down. Hey guys, so as I was saying in the intro, a new series, and going to try on camera to get a painting that has cells with a white ring around it, but that the lacing is a different color. So in order to do that, I'm using white, titanium white as a color, and making sure that that's the last color I put down before I put down my cell activator. So 18 by 18 canvas. I had posted in the Fluid Art Addicts that I had a painting that I dropped a tube of paint in it and ruined it. I'll still post that video. That'll be the next one after this one as part of the series, and then I'll probably do a third one and add a color. But for today, I'm only going to use 4 colors. So we're going to start with golden. This is, what is this? Cobalt blue. 18 by 18 canvas. Gallery wrapped. This is cobalt blue. Really pretty color. Don't know why I haven't used this in a while. And then some golden teal. So there's teal. And then we're going to do some Vinci Fluid Acrylics in Payne's gray. Gorgeous shade of blue. I think I made it a little dark. Usually I don't add as many drops to keep it a little light, but it's very transparent, so it should be okay. And then we're going to put, this is TriArt titanium white, and man, it seems thick. I'm going to go ahead, so I'm going to show you how thick, because it's a tube, almost like a tube paint. It's not a fluid acrylic. So I'm going to use my golden high flow medium. This has been my new favorite to thin out colors. You can use varnish, you can use water. You're not adding a lot. I just feel comfy using this because it has binders in it, and I don't have to worry about adhesion issues or anything like that. So let me just take a second and get my consistency of the white where I want it to be. Close to the other colors. And there we go, much better. So put down some white. Maybe a little bit more. Something like that. And then our cell activator color is Amsterdam I think this is deep gold. There that is. I'm putting all my colors on my tray. I have been practicing mindfulness quite a bit lately in my art, which is just taking my time and being very aware of my actions in terms of where are my hands. Hold my hands up like a surgeon does or a doctor does. Where are my paints? Really study the composition, take my time, all that kind of stuff. All right, let's give this a blowout. Sometimes I like hard lines on the edges and sometimes I don't, and this is definitely a don't, so that's what I was blowing out. I'm going to give a puff in the middle with my big fat head. I'll cut that out of the video, you won't see. I'm just going to puff right here in the middle. All right, cute little cells in the middle. This is where I would dug in a little too deep with the hair dryer. Still very, very rusty. I painted a couple off camera, but you know, it's been a minute with the broken ankle. So I'm just staring at this, you know, seeing what the consequences of my actions are. If I spin or if I tilt, I think it's really, really pretty. White area aside. Sometimes you'll do a painting and it's everything you wanted it to be and it matches the vision in your head. I'm just putting on gloves. And you're super happy with it. And since I'm probably hypercritical of my own work, the painting that I did and filmed, like the next one you'll see, that got ruined because I knocked over a tube of paint right in the middle of it, and it didn't just like land, it splattered into it. I've been really upset over it. I don't know why I was so married to that one. You can make more, but that one for some reason just really, really bummed me out. So you guys will have to forgive me in the next video if I'm not super chipper. At the end anyway. I'm ecstatic all the way up until the wet results. Anyway, let's give this a spin because I'm pretty happy with the way it looks. Open it up a bit. I see something I want to do. See how it like swoops right there in the middle? I don't want it to do that. So I'm going to just tilt it that way a little bit. Little baby detail. It's light and airy, and good grief, it's the colors are so pretty. That cobalt blue, that's a keeper. All right, keep going. I still need coverage on some corners. Let me stare. I think I keep spinning. I have, can you guys see it? Where is it? This like gray shadow in this one corner. And I figure if I keep spinning and take off those two corners and just have like the negative space, and maybe get rid of this. Well, this I can fix with my skewer, but this will be a soft, pretty little piece. I did get what I wanted for the most part, and you'll see it when I get you down for a close-up, is blue with the rings of white and then the gold lacing, so that the colors are the star of the show instead of the cell activator, if that makes any sense. So yeah, let me keep going. Plus I want to get off as much paint as possible. One more. Yep, I got my corners. I don't know if I like this whole thing of teal right here. It is bold right there for sure. I wonder if I take some white and put in like right here. Like I'm going to put a line right there. I will fix that and let that set for a second. I'm going to break that all up. Give that a second to collect. Yeah, I think I'm going to dip some white and do something and try to make it look natural. But there's too much teal there and it's going to bother me. Otherwise, it's very soft, very pretty. Just the right touch of gold. Let me grab a popsicle stick. Or let me use one of these. And I'm just going to grab the white. From the canvas. Drag a little bit of color through it, make it look natural. That does not look natural. I like my finger. That looks natural down there. It looks terrible now. I think it really stands out right now because we know it wasn't there before. I'm going to put a bunch on and then spin it. But then I'm going to walk away and come back and see if it looks natural or if it's so obvious, because that'll bug me if it looks too obvious. Let's spin that. I feel like it needs some color blown into it or something. I'm going to take this thing out and soften it up. I'm going to take my time and dork around with it. Maybe take this and kind of pull at it. And use my stick. Just pull some lines down. I don't want it to look too contrived, a little more natural. The one side's good, the other side is just too much of a hard line. It's a little softer. I don't know why I'm so worried about it, because there's a hard line naturally right here and all up here. I guess because it's man-made, I feel like it's unnatural. I'm going to turn the camera off for a minute or two, walk away, go wash my hands, come back and take a look at it and see what I think. Hold on. I'm staring. I'm putting on some fresh gloves. Maybe I try to tilt that off and then see what it looks like. Yeah, let's do that. I'll give it a tilt because I don't like that white area at all. And my hands are too sweaty for gloves. I don't want to come off. So let me just use my hands, and we're going to change up the composition. There is still too much paint in the middle. So I'm just going to push all that down anyway. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Kind of come over this way a bit. Get to the white area. Well, that's one way to get rid of it. So now this definitely looks like some sort of bloom flower coming up from the bottom of the canvas. That's not what I wanted to do. It's a little crooked too. I'm going to give it a spin because all the weight of the paint is on this bottom now. The rest of it is still hella pretty. I'm going to just take off a little more of this bottom edge. So, oops, totally not in my holders. Hold on, there we go. Let's give this a spin. Let's see how much is coming off that bottom. Fair amount, actually. How does this look? Sometimes you gotta go where the painting takes you, and this might be one of those times. Let me stare a second. There's like this blob thing right next to like where the petals would be. You know I'm going to be picky and get that off too. Can you guys see it? Like right there? Yeah. Yeah, that's got to come off. 1, 2, 3, it's gone. Yep, there it goes. Well, Painting number one on camera, not what I meant to do, but it's just, it is hella pretty. I'm going to say ta-da and leave it be. It only really has the one orientation instead of multiples. You'll see me go again in the next video that's already filmed. I'm going to put this one up first so I can explain myself better. And then I'm going to do a couple more in this series. I'm digging the colors. At some point, I think I'm going to throw in some pink. But for now, this is a winner for me. Yep, ta-da! Let me get you down. All right, guys, here's a close-up of the wet results. So I feel like you really fudged that one up. And then good comeback with a save. Luckily, the composition is such and the colors and everything are so soft that it worked out. So now it looks like an abstract bouquet of flowers. But here's what I was after, is this stuff here. Like you can see the white rings around the blue, and then there's the gold lacing underneath. Good grief, this color combo is super pretty too. There's the top of it. I love all of this on this side with the gold. And then you got it over here as well. You can see, can you see the sparkle? There's like a shimmer, a layer of gold over this whole one side. And then the bottom's kind of cute too. So yeah, really good save, I feel. Stay tuned for the dry results. All right, guys, I'm back with the dry results of this one. I love how soft it is. It looks like an iris. That's the type of flower I see when I look at this. Really, really pretty. My experiment with the white as a color and the gold lacing paid off, I feel, because the cells are the star of the show rather than the lacing. I did get, oh my gosh, it's just soft and pretty. I did get a couple of air bubbles, like 1, 2, I don't know if that's a cell or an air bubble, 3, 4, and these guys will definitely get touched up. Maybe that one. This one gets to live though, because I looked at it and it looks like a bunny, like its little head and its ears, and now it has an eyeball and a little body. So like that one gets to stay. But there it is. I have it like kind of propped up in this gold floater frame. I think I'm going to order one. It'll really set this painting off, I feel. And this one will just probably get like a satin varnish. I don't want to resin it. It's soft and pretty and I want to keep it that way. So yeah, it'll be up on my website for sale. Probably in the next week or two if you're interested, or shoot me an email at waterfallacrylics@gmail.com. And yeah, that's it for me. I'm going to go paint some more. You guys take care, treat people with kindness, and I'll see you soon. Peace out.